This was a fun book. This is The Phantom, issue 0 from last year's Free Comic Book Day. And I was reluctant when I looked at it. I was like, because sometimes, Free Comic Book Day books can either be really good and really short, or just absolutely rough. And this was awesome. This felt like The Phantom. From what I've never really sat down and read the old school Phantom comics or any of that stuff. But this, from what little bit I do understand of the Phantom, this really captured the spirit of the character. This is Ray Fawkes writing, artist Russell Olson, letterer is Taylor Esposito. And yeah, this is Mad Cave Studios. I guess I've never heard of them before, but the artwork is actually really good. It has that pulp noir vibe to it. And so it says, "The dawn is almost here. I'm in my archive with my journals of the centuries all around me. Choose one and pull it down. Jump into any year, any season. There lie the chronicles of the Phantom, the ghost who walks. A good number of entries start the same way. The dawn is almost here. It's not that I'm nocturnal, it's just that I have work to do. And sometimes the work goes late. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's get down to it and let's begin. There's an old jungle saying, the Phantom's cold fury chills even tiger's blood. Is it true or just a myth? Some people I know always say there's only one way to find out. Well, dear diary, today I met a tiger." And I love how, I do say that with modern comics, I do miss the thought balloons. So that, and one of our community members brought this up too, where a lot of times it feels exhausting where our main character is trying to pull the third-party narration duties and also carrying the story. And so that's why I miss the thought bubble, so that the character is in the book and we're going along with his thoughts. But here, this is kind of that same vein where we're reading what the Phantom is writing. So we're being led by the journal entries. So it doesn't feel daunting, and we see different parts of his study. And it's just a great little way to reintroduce everyone to the Phantom. In this book, there's not a whole lot of dialogue. It's all by journal entries. The jungle of Bangala, my home, with the roaring sunlight of the East African sun lighting up its 10,000 shades of green. It's an utterly beautiful place, and an unspeakably dangerous one. Beware, beware, there are predators here. I was following the rude trail of a military surplus jeep, a scar cut into the soft loam of the forest floor. The tire tracks spattered with blood. Before today, I had no reason to believe poachers were operating in this part of the forest. Now, I was sure of it. So right there, we're not left with any long, boring, because there's times where we point out where it's like people sitting and talking. It's like, who cares? This is a visual medium. If you're going to have some dialogue, move it along with the story. And that's what we're getting here. We set up his headquarters, his study, and then while he's kind of describing the jungle and setting the tone of where we are in Africa, we see him moving. We see the wildlife. We start to see the tracks of both tiger and tires. And what's more, they were hunting the magnificent Bengala tiger, our national treasure. I could not allow. Wait a moment. I thought something unusual about the tracks caught my eye. The tiger came after the jeep. Men might have come here to hunt the mighty beast. Perhaps they even managed to kill one. But now there was one hunting them. And I just love this duality of how the tigers roam the forest, and we'll get into that in a moment. But see how the shadow, this isn't the shadow, the Phantom covered in those drenched noir comic shadows, the heavy ink work here. And then we kind of get the same juxtaposition here where he says, in these circumstances, I thought I could rule out virtue. But before I could consider the other options, I froze. The hair stood up on the back of my neck. The icy touch of fear was upon me. I knew it was there. I couldn't see it, but I felt it like a storm cloud creeping across the sky, like a towering wave curling in the distance, rising. And then there it was, looking right at me. Its size was incredible. So we see that there are two predators in the woods hunting these men. When those men set foot outside their shack, I thought they'd be dead in seconds. But did they deserve to be warned? If they had been killing, if this tiger was provoked, and then I thought that I didn't know yet where their strength came from, and that they were about to be tested. All right, tiger. If they are evil men, they're all yours. And if not, with all due respect, I'll have to save them from you. And I made my plan. And so we get the poachers here, killing him. I'm assuming it's cub or it's mate. But the Phantom actually starts to kind of like a Batman bit where he's acting like the Phantom. Because he's, just like Batman, is a myth to people across the world. And everyone's scared, but still trying to be good. And the Phantom cuts a deal with him, saying, if you do this, you'll survive. If not, then there's a hungry tiger out here who's going to kill you. And they don't listen. They say, yes, you do. Do your part. While it's distracted, the rest of us will run to the Jeep. The 50 caliber in the back will do the trick. And so all of them try to run. A couple of them get caught. No, it wasn't supposed to chase me. What's happening? You said you were on the roof. I didn't even think you weren't supposed to. That's why you moved so fast. My guess is if you didn't draw the tiger, you were meant to keep me busy. I'm busy, all right. Busy saving you, if you're willing to take me up on my offer. See that branch? If you can get up on it, you can get higher. Too high for the tiger to be bother. The trees are so thick here, you'll get 100 miles without ever touching the ground. The path isn't hard to find. But what about the others? Singers has a plan. Well, if he makes it to that machine gun, I can't let him kill the tiger, can I? Do you think he'll make it? I just love how he's just very much in control of the situation, just letting it unfold. Now, spoilers if you guys don't want what happens next. It's too good to pass up. So if you don't want this spoiled, pause this, go support your local comic shop and see if they have any still in stock. If not, then you're going to have to go the second party route, because a lot of times after when free comic book days or books are gone, they're gone. So, the Phantom's saying, do you think this guy will make it? Oh, just look at this. The way he just picks this guy up like a little rag doll, just and right here. You came here to kill tigers, armed with everything you could carry. That's not funny. Now a tiger's killing you. That's a bit funny. I mean, you said it. You said it, right? Everything that brought you up to this point, you, the tiger, and me, it's fate that makes me laugh, friend. It's fate that makes me laugh. Wow. You can hear a recording of a tiger's roar. You can know what it sounds like, but when you feel one, your muscles lock up. Your thoughts, what was I saying? I like how he just acts a little bit of that scatterbrainedness. But anyway, yeah, fate. It does have its own kind of strange humor, doesn't it? And this panel right here, just terrifying as the tiger leaps towards this guy and he goes, click. And you're waiting for fire, but something doesn't happen. And I don't want to give away what happens there. Now, remember at the beginning when he said that he actually met a tiger. After all is said and done, I told you I couldn't let him kill the tiger. Here, keep this as a memento. Now, do you know what this is? It's your skull mark. It leaves a permanent scar on those who do evil. A scar that curses them for life. Yes, so, if I ever catch you harming an animal again, you will hear from this mark from that moment on. You and anyone I find with it. Now run while you still have your chance. Don't. I mean you no harm. And I want to get home in one piece. Don't make me fight you. And actually, even though it's kind of bittersweet, it ends on a relatively happy note. I don't want to give any more away, guys, because this was an excellent, fun read. It didn't feel like a lot of parts dragged. The exposition parts where the Phantom is the Phantom. I keep wanting to say the Shadow. When the Phantom's up on the roof with that guy and kind of explaining his plan. It may be a little clunky, but still, watching how his plan's unfolding as he's explaining it, it feels very old school, like maybe 60s Batman style. In this terms, it's just like old school, like Silver Age jungle fun. And I think that's why I enjoyed this so much. So guys, if you're looking for comics that are fun, feel like old school storytelling with great visual antics, then I definitely recommend this book. So if you've enjoyed what you've seen, please first and foremost support your local comic shop or wherever you get your action figures and comics and grab this series. It's gearing up to be a whole lot of fun. And if you've enjoyed this review, really would appreciate you taking a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Helps the channel more than you could possibly know. And if you don't mind hitting that fancy little phantom bell next to subscribe, that way I get below content, you guys get notified. Come to the channel, and I love talking with y'all and hearing your thoughts and feedback down in the comments or the socials, which I'll make sure the links down in the description. So with all that said, hope you all continue to have an absolutely amazing day reading, and happy hunting, everyone.